students world all about parenting. Today we are going to discuss on Teachers Day. And last two times I spoke about teachers, so I thought this time let's pick up some of the experience of us being students in the class where some of the teachers become a marks that can be painful in our previous days. Let's look into this. Is the teacher stiff-necked? Did he show partiality to others? Did the teacher say you're not good for anything? On that day, the teacher scolded you in the morning without any reason? Do you feel that teacher lacks communication skills? Did you feel the teacher never understood you? Did you feel you are victims of your school and you were kept quiet throughout these many days? The era has changed. So as teachers, we need to improve our tactics because the generation has moved to a place whereas online classes, web-based learning has replaced a factual teacher. So let's see how we can work as a teacher. The message on Teachers Day is not only meant for teachers in profession because the life is the best teacher for our life, and the experience what we are going through mold us as best teachers, or they teach us in such a way that we learn more things. So as a brother, as a sister, as a father, as a mother, as a colleague, as a friend, we learn and we teach others. They may not call you ma'am or they may not call you sir, but they are looking up to you to see what is a good model all over or to follow them. So we heard some of the experiences of students, how they are hurt or how I am hurt in the past. So the first and foremost thing as a teacher, what I can do is I need to be stopped to be a stiff-necked person. We need to understand the more fruits are there in a tree, it bends down. So the more you are knowledgeable, you will not show off that you are a teacher or something big. Second, learn to smile at your students. I have very rarely seen teachers who smile back to their students or anyone. And the next point I would like to highlight is to wish them back. From childhood onwards, I have seen that we are taught, as children we are taught, as students we are taught to wish our teachers. But as it is grown bigger and bigger, you need to understand that the teacher should not ignore them and go. Teacher should respect them back by wishing them. And in this era, someone was telling if a person is on mobile, when a teacher enters, stop chatting or being with the phone itself is a respect showing to a teacher. So I as a teacher need to show to everyone, even to students, that I stop working and I should greet the way you expect them back. So these are the initial things we need to improve as teachers in front of our children or in front of our students or in front of our colleagues. Another point we heard, one of the scenario is the teacher is throwing tantrums at the students. So the children used to come in, as students we used to come in. That teacher had a fight with her husband, that's why she's throwing tantrums at us. So that really shows that as a teacher, I fail to control my emotions. That is, if I get a hit from my senior or if I had a fight at home, as a teacher, I'm not able to stop the impact of that incident on students. And students are the lower category where all the frustration may pour out. As a teacher, I should train myself that even if I hit back and front, it should not reflect on my students, not on my children or the people around me, because that shows how emotionally you are trained to maintain your decorum. Next point I want to highlight on Teachers Day is, as teachers we evaluate students, isn't it? Format evaluation, summate evaluation, we give them marks and all. But understand, as students also evaluate the teachers. They may not evaluate with pen and paper where the marks are given. when my first standard children spoke comments about the teachers, I wonder, wow, my kids are grown up to come up this kind of comments about the teachers. I myself said, please don't speak like this. They did not mean like that. So I did not stop them. Why should I stop them? Because that is his personal, or it is what? Freedom to verbalize what you want to say. But I learned from that time that even a 3-year-old child, 4-year-old child, 5-year-old child start evaluating you as a teacher. And your the unseen place or the blind self of yours is shown up, and it is very well known that how we mimic teachers, some sides of the class or the way they interact with students. So we need to learn, we need to always realize, not learn, realize that our students, those who are sitting 50, 100, 200 sitting in front of you is evaluating much beyond the way you are evaluating them professionally. The next point that can be considered for Teachers' Day is be human to your students, because it's always noticed that the teachers just yell at students, scream at students without analyzing, because you're comparing the students. Please do not compare each and everyone in your class or the people around us. Everyone is completely different with their own talents. Yes, somewhere we compare and compete because the education system also speaks so, but teach our students how to compete yourself as days goes by. It is like not a cross-sectional, that is, you're comparing so many people. As days goes by, how I am improving. That's why I can teach my students to improve and give their best in their life. And another point we need to understand as teacher is, even though you become friendly or giggling and smiling with them, you need to realize with the sense that is the student or is the child is trying to prank with you or trying to pull you down. You should be very discerned, means you should have the discernment to understand and react accordingly. When you are patting a student on the back, understand the same hand can be used for discipline, but in a better way of discipline. The tone of your language can really control than yelling and screaming the people around you or the students that is with you. This COVID era brought a conclusion to everyone. A teacher can be replaced by online modules, web-based learning, or some kind of app where the student can read and learn, whereas the school classrooms has been transformed to house rooms or rooms where the mother, father become the teacher. So we need to understand that this era needs a teacher more than the knowledge of the subject. Yes, you should have adequate knowledge because your knowledge is also critically analyzed by the student. More than that, you need to understand how you treat people, how you are trying to make the children understand the concept, how to mingle with each other, how to respect each other. These things carry a bigger role because we call it as a hidden curriculum, which is unavailable for all the students during shutdown period of COVID. So I propagate the hidden curriculum to be a better role in coming days, because the theme of this year of Teachers' Day is leading in crisis and reimagining the future. So we need to teach them how to deal the crisis of the life, and you need to reimage the profession of teaching in a better way so that they will be the best teachers than us. So may God bless you. See you next week with another good episode. Happy Teachers' Day.